Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money podcast. It is Thursday, October 21st, and we are here to try to take the mystery out of your financial life. It doesn't have to be so mysterious, but it could be that there is something bugging you. It's been bugging you for a while, and you want to try to figure out, how can I make this stop bugging me? If that's the case, then give us a holler. Just go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click on the contact button, and if you are willing to come on the program, then all you need to do is just say, I want to come on the program. Mark does everything else. It's a miracle, truly. Okay, so today we have Brian from Austin, Texas, who's on the line. Brian, you are like the center of the universe. That's a hot city right now. How's it going?
It's going all right. Yeah, it is a hot city.
Yeah.
Certainly real estate wise.
Yeah. So what's going on? What brings you to our airwaves today?
So, I just kind of wanted to get a gut check on where I am with respect to retirement. I tend to be more anxious. I'm a numbers guy, so I'm always tracking and checking in on my portfolio and everything. And so, I kind of wanted some straight shooter advice to either calm my nerves or say, I should be doing something different.
Okay, tell us what's going on, and we're going to calm those nerves.
Okay.
So give us the download.
Yeah, so I mean, my wife and I, we have our income's about $180,000 a year combined. We don't really have any other debt other than mortgages. We have our primary residence is worth about $950,000, and we have an outstanding mortgage on that we just refinanced 3%. It's got about $260,000 left on it. So we have a lot of home equity. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
So not sure what to do with that, but that's a consequence of the hot Austin market.
Mm-hmm.
We have a rental property that we have split with another couple.
Really? When did you do that? Like how long ago?
Back in I think 2013. I kind of wanted to diversify investments a bit. And so, but at the time, I was just kind of out of grad school and I didn't have a whole lot of extra cash. And in order to get into the real estate market, a rental had to put a little bit more down. So we ended up splitting it with a close, friend of ours. And it's been going well.
How much is that worth?
It's probably worth $550 now. I had a 15-year note. There's only 7 years left.
Oh my gosh.
3%. Yeah. So there's only like $70,000 left to pay on it now.
Okay. And it's 50-50?
It's 50-50. Yep.
What kind of income does it drive?
It mostly just kind of pays for itself. Because we took the shorter note, we kind of cover our expenses and it doesn't really cash flow.
Okay. Well, all right. So is the intention to keep it and like let it just keep pumping away? Or do you guys maybe enticed by the pop in real estate prices and want to sell it? Like what's the game plan, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, that has occurred to us. It has been tempting. But the original game plan when we bought it was, let's have this as an investment. And that 15-year window was so that when our kids were ready for college, we could sell it or have some sort of additional income and help them with college. Okay. We didn't anticipate the explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
And the other couple in a similar situation to you financially?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
What did you pay for the rental?
$210.
So it would be a tax hit, but listen, you'd still have a pile of money left over. Okay, now let's talk about your retirement. What have you guys done?
We have, different piles. So we have about 120,000, let's say, in taxable accounts, and then we have our work retirement accounts, which are just in 401ks, and those, add up to maybe 500,000. And then we have Roth IRAs, which add up to maybe 300,000. I would say all in all, we have about retirement savings around $1 million.
Are you including the taxable also?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And the retirement plans at work are pre-tax? Those are traditional 401ks, or is it a mix?
Those are all traditional. Yeah,
okay. Right now, are you both maxing out your retirement accounts? And how old are you? I forgot.
Yeah. So I'm 43. early 40s, maybe pushing mid. Yeah. So
I would say early as long as I could, my man.
Yeah, I'll hang on to early. That sounds good. I think yes, we are maxing out now. So I went to grad school, and I was used to not making much money for a long time in my life, and then I finally got out of grad school and started working my way up. So we're now at the point where my wife works part-time, but we're at the point where we have enough money that we can easily max out our 401ks. So we both contribute our max amounts there. We max out our Roth contributions. The way I see it is the 401ks bring down our adjusted income, right? So we can sock that away.
You wouldn't have to necessarily do it because you own a home, you have deductions, you're basically in the 22% tax bracket, essentially, for most of your money. All right. So I don't know. I think I would, because you live in Texas, there's no state income tax.
Right.
I would probably switch to Roth. Mark is going to weigh in on this. I know he's going to want to say Roth.
No brainer.
Mark says it's a no-brainer for you. And so I think that I agree with that. Only because of like where you live, you've got a good tax situation already. It's nice to lock in that money that's already been taxed.
You already got a big chunk pre-tax.
Yeah, and you're already right. Exactly right at the point. You've got, so this, if you were to move to the Roth environment, then you'd probably in the next few years basically go like half of your money's is like tax preference, half of it is not. I would love that. What about an emergency reserve fund? Do you have that?
Yeah, so we have about $30,000 between savings and checking.
Okay. And you have kids?
Yep, two girls, 9 and 7.
What are we doing for college?
Well,
hook 'em horns. Hook 'em horns.
Yeah, hook 'em horns. Yes, go
Thank
UT.
you.
Yeah. So, I started 529s when they were born, and just contributing along the way when we had chances. They both have about $50,000 in them right now.
What's the game plan here for you guys? Like in terms of how do you like what you do? Are you into working really hard till like you drop dead? What's your sort of general game plan when it comes to retirement planning?
Yeah, I'd like to stop working as soon as I can.
So you're very happy in that.
I love it. No,
yes, I love it. I love it, and tomorrow's good.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to retire. I think at 60. I think we would both like to retire then, and that seems like a reasonable time frame. And so that's kind of our goal. We'd also like to be able to pay for our children's college. It's so hard to predict that with the way the college prices are going up.
I know. It's a heavy lift. When you say pay for college, I presume you want to stay in the state system because you have a good state system, or are you saying, oh no, we would like them to go to Baylor?
I would love for them to stay in the state. I mean, UT is a great school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They'd have to live home. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that they might not want to do that. Exactly. Yeah.
What else do I need to know about your financial lives that I'm not taking into account right now?
No, I mean, I think you have the big picture. I mean, you have everything. And so now it's like, well, how should we feel? How aggressive should we continue to be? What do we do with that next dollar? And is there anything I should be thinking about to do with that home equity? I mean, we talked about the rental or even my own, primary property.
Yeah, well, don't pay anything extra on your home equity, right? On your home, your primary home mortgage. Any pension or anything like that?
Unfortunately not, no.
You're each wait a second, because your wife works part-time. Is she maxing out to $19,500 or is she putting in less?
She is. No, we're putting like 50% of her salary away. Yeah,
oh, nice. Together, okay, yeah. So it is. I think that the rental property is ripe to help boost your early retirement. That's what I will tell you. I'm not saying you have to do it tomorrow, but I do think that having that as a liquid asset is going to allow you more flexibility. Again, Mark, I don't think he has to do it this second. He doesn't have to pull the trigger. I hesitate to wait so long. Let's wait until tax rates go up all over the board. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just saying, I think you should start to really talk to this other couple about hey man, this $200,000 investment that is more than doubled in less than a decade. Are we idiots to just let that equity sit there? And I think that is a real question worth asking yourselves and the other couple.
Well, because they just think it's going to continue to go up.
Well, I mean, it could, but what if it didn't?
I know, but they don't think that way. People just think, it's going to keep going up.
Yeah, I know. How do you think that would be received on the other end? What do you think, Brian?
Well, we've touched on it, like I said, because of the way things have been going. One of them, the wife, she seems adamant to keep it. She likes real estate.
Oh, good. Then they can buy you out.
Exactly. Yes.
How about that? Right. You know what? I love this idea. Just say to her, we totally get that. And I think you and your wife need to talk. I mean, it'd be interesting to look at these numbers. Let's say they bought out your half. They have to refinance and you walk away after tax with $200,000. $200,000. It is possible that having that money and having that liquidity now is quite worth your while. So I think you should talk to your wife about it before you have this conversation. But I do think that if she's hell bent on keeping it, like what you may want to do is actually have this conversation sooner rather than later and say like, hey, you know what? We've been thinking about it. We're probably looking at, we really want to sell it in the next couple of years. And if that's the case, we're happy to take the money today because we know interest rates are low and you need to refinance to buy us out. That is a fair thing to say if you really want that. If you don't, then you're rolling the dice.
Right. But then what do you do with that cash?
Dude, you got a taxable account, you pop your $200,000 in there and you rock and roll and like that's it. It's amazing. Of course, like I feel like I just want to be full disclosure. We just had a conversation with a guy who's got like a real estate deal with 4 other people of his generation and is about to have like a very uncomfortable conversation. And so the sooner you can have these kinds of conversations with people with whom you own real estate, the better it would be.
Yeah, no, fortunately they're pretty laid back and it's been, we were a little hesitant at first, but it's been fine. Everything's been working out. So anything
else? Do you have your estate planning? Do you have your life insurance? Do you have all your other stuff done?
Yeah, we're all set there.
You put a ribbon on it?
Yep.
Beautiful. Yep. So, Mark, how are you feeling about Brian's situation?
I think he's in good shape. As far as the rental, I don't know. I'm not really feeling like he's in a rush to get rid of it.
I know. It's so weird. We've had 2 calls this week, 2 conversations with people about real estate and the emotional attachment to the real estate. So I got to tell you the story. I know this couple who decided they were going in on a beach house with in-laws. So 2 sisters and the husbands all buy this beach house. A complete disaster it's become. Complete disaster. So I just want to make this a public service announcement to please, could everyone be a little bit more careful about these choices around going into real estate partnerships? It can be great. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. And you absolutely should be clear that this could be a disaster. And are you willing to like singe your relationship? Because that's what happened in this case. It's bad. It was bad. So anyway, let's close out the day and just say thanks so much to Brian from Austin for sharing that with us. And if you would like some help with looking at your own retirement and maybe a little nudge about real estate that you own and maybe leveraging the big boom in real estate prices to help fund your future goals, why don't you give us a holler? Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact button, and just let us know what the question is and let us know if you would be willing to come on the air. That's what Mark is all about. He loves everyone on the air. And while you're on the website, we got tons of stuff. You can read old columns, listen to old shows. You can also check out our other podcast called Jill on Money. How about that? Sign up for the free weekly newsletter. Just hang out at the website as much as you can. Mark Talercio is the best executive producer in the world. We are distributed by CBS. Try to do something nice for someone today. And remember, curiosity, compassion, community. That's what we're about here at Eye on Money. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.